What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for the MLS on Saturday, June 15th. Well, guys, in addition to all the Euro Cup games that we have going on Saturday, which you can get free picks for up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel, we have 13 MLS games on the schedule, and they are kicking off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time and after. Like I said, 13 games, guys. It's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a busy evening. So let's get some winners out and let's win some money together. For my best bet, simply click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And that month-long pass will include Euro Cup, will include Copa America that's just around the corner, and of course every other soccer pick that I have. We also have access to the Golden Boot VIP access, that is, for those high rollers with $500 and above bettors. If you recognize yourself in that, this is the way to go for you guys. So simply text the word goal to 443-780-5663. We have been making money on this for over a week. And basically, $1,000 better has already made $9,000 over the last week. So if that's something you're interested in, like I said, simply text the word goal to 443-780-5663. Now let's get this show on the road, guys. Without further ado, 30 games on the schedule. There's a lot to talk about, and the first game is between Atlanta and Houston. Atlanta actually quite a solid favorite at plus 107 against Houston at home, but Houston has been in decent form. They have been scoring quite a bit of goals. As a matter of fact, they've scored at least once in 5 of their last 6 games. But they've also conceded a lot of goals. So I think the goals are the way to go in this one. The over 2.5, it's not priced badly. It's minus 154, but I'm going to take it a step further, guys, and I'm going to take it with both teams to score it over 2.5 at minus 111. For our next guys, we're going to go to Montreal, where we have Montreal facing off against Salt Lake City, who is the best team in the league, and it's quite impressive to watch how they're cruising through the season right now. They are the best team in the East. I believe that they are in the East. No, actually in the West. At the top of the table, 36 scored goals already this season with 17 games. That's an average of over 2 score goals per game. And whether they played at home or on the road, they are scoring a lot of goals. Montreal, on the other side, is a defensive mess with 35 conceded goals. But in some recent weeks, they have scored a lot of goals. They've scored 6 goals in their last 2 games, but they've also conceded 4 goals. So this is going to be another game where I simply have to take goals, guys. This time I decided to go with over 3 goals at minus 102, just in case one of the teams gets shut out. I believe that if that happens by some miracle, I think that either of these two teams could get us at least 3 goals in this game. Charlotte and DC United is the next matchup, and I'm going to keep this one very, very simple, guys. DC United is coming into this game with a lot of missing players, and that is going to significantly kind of make it harder for them because the depth will be a big problem. And Charlotte is actually quite outstanding when playing at home this season with 5 wins, 3 draws, and only 1 loss. So, like I said, keeping it simple, guys, I'm taking Charlotte on the money line at plus 110. New England and Vancouver is the next matchup in the MLS, and I'm actually quite happy that the line for corners has been set to over 9.5 because we have seen at least 11 corners in this matchup in the last 4 or 5 games in a row. And I think it's going to be a fairly open game. Vancouver is now on a 2-game winning streak. They've got two wins in their last 2 games, scored 4 goals. However, keeping a clean sheet is a bit of a problem for them. Luckily for them, New England is not scoring a lot. They are struggling defensively as much as offensively as well. So I do expect an open game, like I said. And with that in mind, over 9.5 corners at minus 118 between both teams combined, I think that's a great pick, and I will go with it. New York Red Bulls and Nashville is another interesting matchup, and with the amount of players that both teams are missing, I think this is going to be a highly competitive game between these two teams. Yes, both teams are in a solid form. New York Red Bulls, unfortunately, coming off of a loss. Nashville also coming off of a loss. But like I said, both teams are missing at least 5 or 6 players, and the depth will be a problem for both teams here as well. If I had to lean towards a side, a little bit it would be towards New York Red Bulls because they have been outstanding when playing at home this season, still undefeated. But then again, Nashville on the road hasn't been the greatest team. They haven't scored a lot of goals at all. They haven't conceded a lot. And with that in mind, I'm gonna give this one a shot at the draw at plus 260. Orlando will be hosting LAFC in the next matchup, and you know what? With the way LAFC has been playing, and I know that their last game has been a couple of weeks ago, so everything could change. They surely are missing a few players, but you know what? We are getting him at plus 150 right now. As a matter of fact, LAFC hasn't conceded a single goal in each of their last 5 games, so. Even if I end up losing this pick, I have to go with LAFC on the money line. The price is now plus 150, so it's gone down a little bit. There, that means some money has come to LAFC from the public, and I will be one of those people as well. I will take LAFC on the money line. Philadelphia is hosting Inter Miami, and Inter Miami is not missing as many players as you might expect. Yes, they will be without Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi for this game, but this is still a very, very solid team with some great players. Busquets is up there as well, Jordi Alba as well, and I think that they will give Philadelphia a run for their money here. They are scoring a lot of goals, Inter Miami is, but Philadelphia is now undefeated in their last 4 games in a row and they will be a tough team to beat. So instead of choosing the sides in this one, I'm gonna go with goals, and that is both teams to score in over 2.5 goals at minus 143. Toronto is hosting Chicago in the next matchup, and you know what? This one could be very interesting. Toronto is having a few problems defensively here, but Bernadeschi should be in the lineup. Lorenzo Insigne should be in the lineup as well. And even though Chicago is undefeated in their last 3 games and coming off of a win against Galaxy 2-1, that was 2 weeks ago, I still think that Toronto at home is a much, much better team. So the price on Toronto right now is minus 102, and I will take it. I will wait for the lineups to see who's playing and who's off. But however I slice it, I see Toronto coming out on top in this one. Dallas and St. Louis is another matchup in the MLS, and as soon as I saw this matchup, guys, both teams to score flashed over my eyes, and with two teams struggling so much defensively, especially Dallas, who hasn't kept a clean sheet in a while St. Louis is coming off of a nil-nil draw, but when playing on the road, they are conceding a lot of goals. So, like I said, guys, to keep it simple, both teams to score minus 167. It's a bit juiced. It's perfect for a double to put it in something else. But even as a single, I mean, it's kind of not worth it. You're not making any money on it, basically. And the volatility is quite high with the price we are getting. So the only way I would play this one is if I put it in a double. If not, I will stretch it to over 2.5 goals as well and get nice plus money out of it. Colorado and Austin are facing off, and the books are favoring Colorado quite a bit in this game. And I know that Austin hasn't been the best lately. They are basically without a win in their last 3 games. But Colorado, on the other side, is without a win in their last 4 games. And they also have a few injured players, and that could be a problem once again. Now, Austin, on the other side, like I said, they have been sloppy when it comes to defending. Their form is not great, but they are one of those teams that are scoring goals quite consistently. So, in this game, I decided to go with both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 118. LA Galaxy is hosting Kansas in the next matchup, and Galaxy actually dropped the ball quite hard against Chicago a couple of weeks ago. They ended up losing that game 2-1, which was a highly surprising thing for me. But when playing at home, Galaxy is outstanding. They are scoring a lot of goals. They have scored 16 goals in 7 home games. And Kansas on the road and overall are not a good team this season. Yes, they're coming off of a win, which was impressive against Seattle. They needed that win. It could potentially be a turning point for them. But I don't think it's going to happen here against Galaxy, who has pretty much all of their players available. And Ricky Puig, Dejan Joveljic as well. I mean, this is a very stacked team. And at home, they are a very, very hard team to beat. They're still undefeated this season. And it will stay that way. So I'm going to go with Galaxy to win at over 2.5 goals at plus 107. For our next matchup, guys, the last two matchups, that is, we'll go to the West Coast still. We have San Jose hosting Cincinnati. Cincinnati is not as big of a favorite as I expected, if I'm being honest. Plus 145 on the road might actually be a good look if you want to make nice plus money. Because I think that they will win this game. I think it's going to be hard, yes, but I think that they are capable of coming out on top. They lost to Nashville in their last game 2-0. I don't see them getting shut out twice. San Jose at the bottom of the table. They had some good games this season, but now without a win in their last five games. And Cincinnati on their own is 6-1-1 so far this season. They are scoring a lot of goals. They are defending really well. And for that reason, I decided to go with Cincinnati team total over 1.5 goals at plus 102. And the last game of the day, guys, on the West Coast, like I said, Seattle is hosting Minnesota. And you know what? I honestly can't believe why Minnesota is such a big underdog against Seattle, who is missing five players. Some of them are injured, some of them are playing for the national teams. And I just don't know what's happening here. I don't know what books know. Seattle is 1-5-1 at home this season, so far from being great. The only thing I could potentially see is the fact that they haven't lost to Minnesota in any of their last eight games. Now, Minnesota, on the other side, has lost only one of their last six games. They're playing well, both at home and on the road. They've scored 13 goals in seven away games, conceded 11, while Seattle at home, solid defensively with only five conceded goals, but they're not scoring a lot at all, barely averaging just over one scored goal per game. So in this game, we are actually getting Minnesota on the double chance at nice plus 125. And that is going to be my pick for this one. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here for your free picks for the MLS. It's going to be a busy day with we have three Euro Cup games in the morning and the afternoon. And of course, we're going to finish it off with this strong evening slate in the MLS. That's it, guys. Good luck with all of your bets. Enjoy your day. Watch some great soccer. And of course, stay tuned for more free picks coming up soon.